Welcome to Duck Crossing Episode 3. I'm Duck Hunter 44 and with me is my co-host Jack.
Hey guys.
And today, as you can tell by the title, Splatoon Battle Royale.
Well, it's our third episode, so we're talking about Splatoon 3, because that's kind of what we are always talking about. And Splatoon-a-ween.
So, randomly, Jack and I will just randomly start discussing Nintendo stuff, and today popped up Splatoon, and Splatoon normally pops up in our topics.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely psyched for this weekend to play Splatoon-a-ween. I mean, I love checking in with the game. Like, we were talking today about keeping stuff fresh, which obviously is such a appropriate thing when talking about Splatoon, but
right.
You're playing Call of Duty right now. That game feels like a resurgence, like a new version. It showed me that they were willing to try new things with a franchise that felt stale. I mean, I don't play it, but that's like the general consensus I get from other people is that they kind of fell out of it a bit.
Right, like when I was explaining it to him how they added the blackout, they added even just like the simple things, like in the multiplayer, when you have to actually heal yourself now in the game, instead of just running away and regenerating health, you actually have to heal yourself. I don't know, it's just like little things like that that they added in the new Call of Duty really just made it different and made it new.
And that's what you feel like you need to do. You know, in this case, they're doing a game that's released every year. It might be a different name, but there's always a Call of Duty. With Splatoon, you know, this is like a different thing. Like, even doing a sequel a lot of times for Nintendo is like kind of scary, you know, like you're not really sure. You're used to them doing like a new version per system every couple of years. Like Splatoon, I don't think you can really do that.
Right.
You need to like up your game. You need to be showing that like you're constantly evolving as like you're creating a genre in a way, but you also kind of have to play along with some of that audience. And a big point to me, like I was saying to you, as being someone who doesn't play Fortnite, and who did pay for the online subscription service, like Splatoon is really your bread and butter. Like, you're selling your thing on playing online on this alone, really, to me. Because like Fortnite, you can play for free.
Right, you don't need the online service.
You don't have to pay for the game, and you don't have to pay for the online service to play. So if you have that as a competitor on your same platform, and you're trying to sell this new thing, to me, this is your big selling point. And how are you going to further that when you've already announced that you're going to stop supporting it with new content?
Right, and that's what we were discussing kind of before this, is like Splatoon 2 is pretty much done with content after Splatoween.
I mean, I imagine we'll still get more Splatfest.
Right, of course there's going to be Splatfest, but like
there's no more new maps, we know that for sure.
Yeah. There's
not going to be like a new mode like they added in. There's not going to be like even a new Salmon Run map, which is a huge thing for me. And so like for all intents and purposes, you're just going to be playing the same content, which isn't like, it's not like it's lacking content.
No,
there's tons of stuff there, but you need to bring people in. You need to keep them interested, and like particularly when you're paying for an online service where this is pretty much all you're doing, unless you're playing Mario Kart, and obviously we're going to have Pokemon, and we're going to have Smash Brothers.
Yeah. But
like, this is your main audience. This is the game that's really selling. So how can you further that with what they did with Splatoon 2? And the big point was just the simple fact of Splatoon bringing it into the Battlegrounds arena, because like it would be so cool. Like, it kind of just...
man, just thinking of the idea, Splatoon Battle Royale, where basically just like Fortnite and the new Call of Duty Blackout, you have teams of 4 or teams of 2 like duos, and 100 people.
Well, you could kind of like fill it however you want to fill it, because it could be just a smaller group of people.
Right.
It could be a hugely large group of people, and like this could be your new game just on this idea. Because also thinking about it, like, you know how Inkopolis is like the main thing.
It's the main thing.
And like in Fortnite, those are you're playing on the main map. You know, like these become locations that you're really familiar with and like you want to go to, and you think of like, that's how it could work with Splatoon.
You could have Inkopolis in the center of the map with all the other maps kind of joining together in this huge Splatoon world. And being able to play and battle on that, I think, would just be absolutely unreal.
I mean, even thinking about Splatoon, like breaking the main turf war mechanic of like different teams, more than 2, like that could just open it up to so much stuff.
Well, and I mean, Battle Royale is the hot topic right now. Let's be honest. I mean, even Call of Duty made a whole mode specific. They're basically putting all of their efforts into Blackout because they know how hot this is right now.
I mean, if you're getting them to make a move, that shows how big of a deal this is. And obviously we know dollar amounts wise how big this is. So, and for someone like me that doesn't play that, and my only familiarity is watching you and having you explain it to me, like, it's an interesting idea, even being someone who doesn't play shooter games.
Right.
So how can I make that into a shooter game that I like to play? And I feel like it's such a perfect marriage. Like, it would work so well. And it would feel completely new, and I think you could sell the game just on that idea.
You could sell just the Splatoon Battle Royale. Just not even Splatoon 3. You could sell Splatoon Battle Royale simply with just that mechanic in the game, and I'm sure it would fly off.
Well, also, like, they would never do it, but they could try to follow the same formula of, it's a free game for this mode. You can play for free. If you want the other stuff, the bells and whistles and all the fun, like, skins, you can pay us $20.
Oh,
like, then you're doubling down on the subscription thing soon. So it's like, okay, pay for the online so you can play this game for free. Then pay me again if you want to get the content in it. And, like, also another point you were bringing up about prestiges, which is not something I'm super familiar with. If you guys play Call of Duty, I don't.
Right.
But it's like, when you play, you get a level up, and you get a chance to, like, further yourself. In Splatoon, that's something that's, like, it's pretty lacking.
So in Splatoon, we were talking about this too. In Splatoon, when you get to a certain level, I think like when you hit like 30.
Yeah, it's not even that high.
It starts to get really hard.
It's a slug. I mean, they have the, like, you need the items really to even do any damage.
Like, it's hard to level up. But like on Call of Duty, they have prestiges where you get to level 55 or whatever the cap level is, and then you reset. But every time I log on to Call of Duty and play, I always level up no matter what. Like, there's not a time where I haven't leveled up when I turned on that game. In Splatoon, it could be a week later and I still haven't leveled up.
Oh, easy. It could be a couple of weeks.
Yeah, and it's just like, wow, like, this leveling system is like, whoa.
Well, I think they kind of remedy that a bit with the Splat Fests, because then you actually have, like, you have a shorter time frame to do it, and it, even though it doesn't really do anything for you, it feels like you're doing something more.
It feels like you're doing something else because you have...
You're fighting towards the cause, which hopefully, like, you actually are invested in it.
Yeah.
Like, in this case, I'm really more invested just because it's, like, thematically cool. Like, Trick or Treat, it doesn't really matter to me.
Right.
But, like, being in a Splatfest with the whole Halloween theme, that is cool.
It's really cool how they're doing the whole Splatoween thing. I think
also the other map that they throw in, where it's like the Shifty Station, where it's like totally different. It uses weird mechanics and stuff. Like, I really like how they do that.
Yeah, that's a cool idea too.
Yeah.
It's just it's
a reason to play at that time.
Right. We're not like saying the Splatoon right now. This could go on for a while, the Splatoon 2 right now. But we're trying to think of like what could Splatoon 3 be?
Well, you gotta know, Nintendo's thinking the same thing. Like, they have to be thinking, like, how can we continue to capitalize on our biggest growing franchise? Yep. And coming from basically a new IP to now being one of their big time sellers, and like I have to reiterate, the selling of your online service, that is a huge pillar of what they're going to have to do going forward. And how are you going to further it?
Right. Because, put it this way too, Splatoon saved the Wii U. In a way.
If you could save it.
Splatoon boosted Wii U sales like crazy, though.
Well, I know you and I, we would definitely agree that, like, the Wii U deserves to exist for that game. Like, it's one of those games that's like, the system is worth it to me for that experience
just for
alone.
that game.
Easily.
Right.
So, I mean, if you're just going from that perspective, sure. And as far as sales, like, there's no question. If you're looking at what Nintendo is selling right now, that is one that's going to continue to sell.
Right.
And it's going to sell to new people that buy into the system too, because it's like, this is such a cool thing, like, I want to check this out. And it's unique to Nintendo.
It's funny too, because a lot of people that I know that play like Call of Duty and are into big time shooters always ask me, because they know I'm a Nintendo guy, hey, how's Splatoon? People always ask me, is Splatoon worth it? Like, should I get a Switch just for Splatoon? Like, this game is hot. And I mean, there's people that play these big time shooters, and that's all they play, that want to play Splatoon.
It makes sense to me. Like, it looks, if you just go from a visual aesthetics point, and like some of the trailers they've done.
Oh man.
Like, they look cool. Like, they make them, they sell them.
Even the Smash one, where they had the Inklings being announced for Smash. Like, look at that.
I know. Well, that's, again, the way Smash Brothers has always worked, is introducing people to new things. Like, that could even be a gateway for someone to see Splatoon.
Right.
Even someone that might be just a Nintendo person and maybe doesn't like shooters didn't jump in.
Right.
For, like, the few people that are there. I don't know how many.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a Nintendo fan, I'm pretty sure you're playing Splatoon.
I hope you are.
Played it, at least.
I hope so, because, like, even you could have played it for free for some of the test fires and stuff like that, too.
And all that, yep. But yeah, Splatoon 3 is definitely a foggy topic. I just think the idea of a battle royale would be really cool. But besides that, you really can just add more maps, more guns.
Sure. I mean, you could take the easy route. Right. But like, would that be okay to you and to you guys? Like, would you want to see Splatoon 3 be announced next year and be coming out in the next couple of years?
Just as
here's new maps, here's new guns, here's new gear, whatever.
See, that would be kind of disappointing because that would be like the repetitive Call of Duty thing.
Right. And I don't think they're interested in doing that either. Like, you don't really see evidence of that.
Right, because Splatoon 2 was the bit, Salmon Run was the, oh my gosh, like look at this mode. The single player. The whole $20 DLC. Expansion DLC that we got on it. I mean, they put so much content into it that it's like hard to do with Splatoon 3, but there's so many routes you could go, like with the Battle Royale, with adding a whole new mode, another single player to add onto the story.
I mean, think of, for the few people that haven't jumped in and are like still waiting, if they see Splatoon coming out with something like this mode, they're going to be like, whoa, dude, like,
that's legit.
These guys are actually going after it. Like, they're not just sitting back and be like, yeah, we created this whole new, cool new idea, and we're just going to sell that for 5 games. They're like, no, we have new stuff. We're going to go after these big boys, and, like, we can play with them, too.
Oh, without a doubt.
And sales-wise, like,
it's there.
They could be there. And that's on one platform, on a Nintendo platform.
That just released, what, 4 years ago?
As an IP, which is unheard of. To be doing this level of success without, on the Wii U, for one thing.
Wii U.
Yeah.
Yeah, on a console that, who knew if it was going to succeed or not.
Yeah, true.
And right off the bat, they had a Splatoon trailer.
Well, Splatoon really, being there in the early days of the Wii U, obviously you had Breath of the Wild, but Splatoon 2 was like, this is where it really gets, like, started. This is where we're going to see,
we're getting
people
a Splatoon
jumping on.
2.
And it was, like, such a...
Yeah, it's just...
Even now, like, I love to check in with it, I love to play it, and it's just super, super solid from single player to all the modes.
Well, and that's like how they keep it fresh, too.
Right.
By, there's going to be new guns in the shop. Well, not really new guns, but there's going to be new hats, new shoes, new shirts, like every day. Like, so if there's something you're still looking for, you're going to have to check in.
Right.
Because you never know what's going to be in the shop that day.
Yeah, that's probably their best hook if you...
Without a doubt. And the map changing.
Right.
Like, if you want to play your favorite map, you never know when it's going to be on, so you got to check in, and it's smart.
It just ties in with everything they're trying to do. Like I say, the online service, having something new to do every day. And it's just been in the Nintendo, like, dialogue. Like, if you're following Nintendo, you're watching the directs, you're going to see something Splatoon related.
Right.
They're going to talk about. So, like, it being in the conversation at all times obviously helped it succeed. They need to be able to continue to do that. Because if it falls away...
Yeah, it's going to just get lost.
Like, you're going to have your Smash Brothers people and your Pokemon people, but...
They're always going to come back. But you got to keep this... This is new. Splatoon's new. Splatoon hasn't been around for 10, 15, 20 years.
And I think that's going to be the best way to bring in new people.
Right.
Is you have this fresh new thing that's interesting to a lot of people.
So they have to just make sure they're keeping the ball rolling. Because if they stop... then it could get like...
I feel like they really recognize that. The proof is in the DLC.
Yeah.
The proof is in how long they've supported the game. So they understand that to a certain extent, but it's also uncharted territory because they've never had something
like this.
Right, that's done
How
do you capitalize on that? They don't really know.
They don't.
They're not the best
really
at
don't.
like turning that success around and then being able to double down on it. Splatoon 2, I think, is probably their best example of being able to do that.
Yeah.
But they also had the fortunate position of being on a really like just skyrocketing platform at the time.
Yeah, without a doubt.
And that just rode the wave and just threw it into crazy territory.
Without a doubt.
And it's the worldwide sales too. It's not just like us as big American shooter fans, like we're gonna eat it up, but like in Japan,
they are absolutely
super
eating it up over there. It's nuts. Like they have way more merchandise than us do over there with Splatoon. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah, you'd be buried in merchandise.
Oh gosh, if they released all that over here. Oh man. So guys, let us know your thoughts down below in the comments of what you think Splatoon 3 could be. Could it be a battle royale? Could it be just another continuation off of Splatoon 2? Let us know your thoughts down below.
I'd really like to see the battle royale.
Oh man, that would just be such a cool idea.
That was worth it just to do this episode just
to talk about the battle royale.
Because I think that would be so cool.
Oh man, that would just be, yeah.
It just changes it so much, but it fits so perfectly with the core mechanics.
Like the Hunger Games gaming is like hot right now. I mean, it's like so hot right now. You could even do like a Smash Hunger Games. Ooh. A Smash Royale.
Whoa. That's the next episode, guys.
That's next level stuff. Like, you can take this and take any game and make it good because people love this mechanic.
Yeah, I mean, you just play with everybody.
Fortnite just absolutely blew up. Like, I mean,
if there's ever been a game to take over the world, at least for like right now, that was it. We were there for Pokemon and stuff too, so.
That was it, though. I mean,
right now, that's it.
That was, I mean, everyone knows what Fortnite is.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Across anything and everything. It's insane.
And that's why Call of Duty made Blackout.
That's why Splatoon 3 should have a battle royale.
So guys, I hope you enjoyed today's episode of Duck Crossing. So just let us know down below what you think of this, what the next Splatoon will be. So like and comment down below, smack the subscribe button if you're new. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and we'll see you all in the next episode.
See ya.